Oh,
hello.
Hello.
You guys miss it. Before we get on, Jamie always does a perfunctory like, but she false start on the gasp. So yeah.
I know. I always like to be like, "Yay, we're all here," but you weren't. You weren't here. So.
But now you are, and welcome.
Hello. Yes, welcome.
This is number 58. I think
number 12. This is our year anniversary.
It's our year anniversary from doing it.
I'm not a math major. I've told you guys that. I don't know why we're expecting that. That's not good for you guys. But thank you for everyone here for coming out, for being a part of this. Like, these are really legit fun. I think we've finally figured out how to rip the audio and share with people who can't be here. So it's just kind of fun all the way around.
Yes. So we wanted to, thank you for all of you who support us already on Patreon. We're so glad you're here. If you are kind of just checking in, because this is an all-skate birthday AUA where everyone is welcome, and we welcome all of you to come. I know that there might even be some people here who don't even listen to the podcast and are like, I follow Knox for his riveting Instagram stories. And so I've come just to see what this is all about. And so... No, it was fine. Don't worry about it.
Felt very sarcastic.
Wow, don't think about
it.
Very passive aggressive.
It really did.
And so we wanted to tell you about like what we do here on Patreon and why this is even a thing. Like, why do we do it?
Sure. So, like if you're here and you support us, but you forgot why you did and you just felt too guilty to cancel it, I totally get that. That's fine.
We'll take that.
We'll totally take pity money.
We take pity money all day.
That cash is at the bank real nice. Or if you're here and you're like, why should I think about this? So what we do is, there's a lot of different revenue streams for podcasters. And I promise this will be like a little short infomercial for you guys waiting to get to the questions. A lot of revenue streams, but this is the one that helps us run our business. Ads, they're very flighty. We can't depend on them. Amazon affiliate income, not a ton. But this is like the good stuff for us. So because of that, we like to provide, we don't just like want to say, hey, give us money. And that's it. Like, that's the extent of the transaction. We say, we're going to create some really great, a premium product, some stuff, some episodes, and we're going to give that to you. In exchange, we get your support, and hopefully it's a win-win situation, and everybody loves that. It's allowed us to do so many things. It's allowed us to hire people, buy equipment, like literally run our business.
No, for sure. So right now we have 2,600, a little more than 2,600 people who support us, which is crazy awesome. And they fall into two categories. They're friend of the show, which is $3 a month, and best friend of the show, which is $7 a month. And I think it's interesting for us. It's actually even interesting to Patreon that group divides in half. So there's about 1,300 of you that do $3 and 1,300 of you that do $7 or more. And we're so grateful for that. So people who support us at $3, they get all of our Bachelor and Bachelorette recaps that come out weekly when the show is running. And then they also get a piece of premium content every month. Now, why would one piece of premium content be worth anything? Well, we make it really easy. So when we create a deep dive, like for example, this week, we are putting out a cinema side piece classic featuring what obviously almost Oscar award-winning film?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. So that will come out next week. And so everybody can sign up through you sign up through Patreon, and then you actually get a link that you can import into your podcast app of choice. And so that way, like me, Overcast, I can listen to all of the friend of the show feed right there. I don't have to go to another app. I don't have to listen to, I don't have to carry my laptop and have it open, listening to Knox talk about doing the sex with Colton, all the things.
Great. So, love that pitch. That's wonderful. Here, quick clip that and use that for an ad. Love it.
Yeah. You're welcome. And then $7 a month supporters get all the things that $3 get, but they also get a weekly news and notes, which is anywhere from like 20 to 30 minutes of us talking about the top news segments of that week, kind of our take on them, kind of explaining what they are, and then also having these really rabbit trail conversations about the things we talk about. This week, because we have an AUA, because that's normally what $7 a month people get, they get an AUA, an hour that they can ask questions in, and we'll answer and tell all our secrets. The week that we have that AUA, that episode that week, this is just some inside baseball, is always a news-related episode, because that is the one week we don't do news and notes just for $7 people. We do it for everyone. So if you like those episodes, we do those every week for $7 a month supporters.
Yeah, I just have to tell you that everybody on chat right now is pimping Patreon for us.
Yay, you guys!
Saying how amazing it is. And I just want to give a special shout out to Lacey Garner, who says, yeah, what that news do.
What that news do.
So good. So good.
That's good. That's good. So
Okay,
yeah,
So
I mean,
welcome. We're so
yeah.
excited that you guys are here.
Yeah, and we're so excited to answer. There's so many good questions
Yes.
in the feed. So
Mhm.
we have a lot of ground to cover tonight.
Okay, so y'all ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
Mhm.
Okay, let's do it. So if you've never been to an AUA before, we're going to take the questions that were in the Patreon feed first, and if we get to the YouTube chat, then we'll try to hit those as well. So if you had a question that didn't get stuck in the Patreon feed, you can ask it in the YouTube chat, and we'll do our best to answer it.
Aaron, don't forget the cake. Tell everybody.
Oh.
Let's do it.
Okay,
So
what kind of cake do you have, Jamie?
So I have from Dream Cakes. It is a wedding cake in a cup because it's
Ooh.
like the sadness of like maybe Jamie won't have a wedding, so she has to eat this in a cup.
I don't think you're sad about that.
I'm not sad about it. What kind of cake do you have?
I
Aaron?
have a Buntlet from Nothing Bunt Cakes. It's a peanut butter cake with chocolate swirl.
Oh, how you doing? Okay, Knox, what kind of cake did you bring?
I've got Great American Cookie Company.
Yes.
cookie
Very
cake,
nice.
the
Did you
best
go
cake
to
option.
the mall to get it?
Maybe I did. Why are you all up in my business about where I get my cookie
I want
cake?
to know what the experience was like.
That's a different supporter level.
Okay. fair enough.
I know my connection.
You can't be the COO of the
Fair
company
enough.
to know that.
Right.
Now, so if you're listening or watching, even if you're listening to the replay or watching the replay, we hope you BYO'd. Yes, okay. Conjugation's hard. So we want you to take a picture of your cake while you're watching or while you're listening, whatever you're doing. Tag us in it. It can be on Twitter, it can be on Facebook, it can be on Instagram. And we will, on this Friday, we will draw a couple people to win Amazon gift cards if you post a picture of your cake with us.
But
Mhm.
I would suggest if you want to win, posting a good picture of Jamie and not a bad one.
Yeah,
Smart.
not like all the people who send me pictures and I look like this.
Yeah, it's never in a million years gonna happen, guys. I
You
don't know
can't
what to tell you.
win. You can't win like that.
Okay, so we're gonna jump in and we're gonna start. Brittany Hooks, if you had to watch one episode of Friends or of The Office every day for the rest of your life, what episode would you pick?
Ooh, Jamie, what would you pick?
Okay,
Which show
so-
would you pick?
I would pick Friends.
Okay.
And I would pick the episode, the one where no one is ready, which is the bottle episode. I love a bottle episode. So it's the one where they're trying to go to an event for Ross and he's trying to get them all ready. And Joey ends up on all the clothes because he goes commando and he's like, I'm wearing all the clothes. Look at me. I'm Chandler. And you get Phoebe who has to wear the big bouquet on her dress. And Monica leaves the message where she's breezy to Richard. I love that episode so much.
I think that's a good point because bottle episodes are like a fedora on a guy or a pixie cut on a girl. If you're pulling it off, like you got to be able to pull it off. And if
Yeah.
you do, it looks really cool. If
It
not,
looks so good.
sucks.
Which ironically, Entertainment Weekly, I've never forgotten this. They gave that episode a C grade.
Oh wow!
Such a
Entertainment Weekly.
disappointment. Yeah.
Interesting. I would do. I think it's called Frame Toby from The Office, it's the nexus of Michael's hate for Toby, and I loved every time he would scream at Toby or just like not make a big deal about pushing his stuff off the table or his lunch or snack off the table. I just love that. I love hating Toby.
Well, and I always think of The Office because we do cold openings on our episodes, and The Office has some of the best cold openings to a TV show. Like when Michael George Foreman's his foot in the cold
Mhm.
opening.
The best.
How do we feel about cold opening? Are we good with cold opening?
I think
Oh, is it cold open? Sorry.
It's cold open. I was ready to go there with you and take that
No,
journey.
thank you
of
for being
renaming it.
supportive. Thank you
No, it's
so
okay.
much.
Cold opening just feels like, I don't know, something untoward. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know. Aaron, do you have a favorite?
I would probably choose Casino Night of The Office.
Oh my gosh, it's so sweet when they're in the office and she's talking to her mom.
Well, and the whole episode is just great.
It is a great episode.
And then they made you wait
It
season.
was so good.
Oh,
I
okay.
miss a good cliffhanger.
Me too. Okay, Brianna Pepperman. What a great name.
What a great
great-
She's a journalist. She's a journalist in Gotham City.
She does sound like she is. I'm dying to know, Jamie. Please tell us all about your singles cruise.
What?
I don't know.
I went on a singles cruise once. That's true. Have I brought this up before? I guess I have. I went on, because I love cruises. We have talked about this on the show.
Oh.
But I went on a singles cruise once with my friend Carrie Ann and my friend Allison. And mostly it was too many women on the boat.
Mm.
You know, it was just like any dating situation. Too many women, not enough decent men.
Gotcha.
And although one of the friends of mine, she ended up marrying a guy she met on the boat, and they're still married to this day.
Because when you say
crazy is that?
singles cruise, that in my head that connotes like there are activities driven, like
Yes.
put together to drive people together. Was there one or two activities that like was designed to do that made you cringe, that made even you cringe? Like,
All of
whoa.
them.
Oh, really?
Like anytime it would be like, we're gonna make towel animals. Let's all learn a craft. Pair
Oh,
up
no,
with.
I'm talking a little more after dark activities where you're like, yeah, that's no good.
I don't remember those, and there might be a variety of reasons why, but I
Interesting.
don't remember all of those.
Okay. Tracy Nash, have either of you listened to Dax Shepard's podcast? And if so, has it altered your opinions of him and KAB?
How dare you suggest that I should listen to that podcast?
Uh-oh, Tracy, that did not go well.
I will say I think I'm pretty good with calling Kristen Bell KAB. I like that. I want to start doing that.
That's
I'm a
good.
big fan of that. I've got a trusted friend of mine, Tyler Stanton. I think we all know Tyler. He has routinely emailed me telling me to give that podcast a chance. Like he has said it's really good.
Okay. Well, Tyler, no one cares. Here's the deal. When Dax did his live show in Austin with Brene Brown, what? I'm not okay with that.
Like, I
can't even. But he's in a picture with Brene Brown because she posted, and he is in literal corduroy overalls. That's what he wore for his live show. I can't even.
Will you wear corduroy overalls to the Chicago?
Listen, I'm too much of an apple. That's a dangerous thing. It just looks like I'm hoarding in children around my waist if I do that. I can't do it.
You can start a forest fire. Like anybody can start a forest fire trying to bend over and do anything.
Yeah.
And that's
painful.
not good.
Oh, no. Tracy also wants to know, do you have any podcasting/hosting horror stories to share?
I feel like you have better horror because like the only thing that's ever really gone wrong for us, they're not horror stories. It's like when we realized at the end of recording after an hour, and it's been a long time ago, that one of us had not recorded our audio.
Who was one of us? That leaves it to, was that me or you?
No, I'm sure it was me. No, I'm 100% sure.
I don't know that we've actually ever done that. I think it's like been corrupted. I don't know that I have any.
I mean, I would say the only horror story we have is our live show in Louisville where
that
was tough.
That was the tough where a drawing of, was it Pluto or Goofy?
It was
Pluto.
It was a graffitied rendition of Pluto taking a pee on the back of the stage.
Yeah.
And also
well,
there
like,
was
hold on. What kind of pee, Aaron? Was it like?
It was aggressive.
It's a very aggro urination session, right?
And it was 90 degrees, but the guy who owned it, who never mentioned that they didn't have air conditioning, and the person who walked through for us went in March and was like, it seems like a great venue. And so they didn't know it didn't have air. When we confronted him about it, he said, this is the Ohio Valley. We don't need air conditioning. Well,
right.
It's Kentucky. You need air conditioning.
That is also the venue that had the giant, I guess like you could say a giant.
You could ride it. You could get on it.
A rideable wooden phallus with a saddle.
Yeah, it was.
People at our live show were taking pictures with it, but like keeping them on their phone and being like, I'm not going to post this on Instagram, but I am going to take a picture of it.
Audrey is really sad right now about our Louisville story.
So sorry, Audrey. It was awful.
But we grew as people.
We did.
It was character building.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now we ask specifically at every venue, do you have air conditioning?
Do you have air conditioning? Do you have any rideable phalluses?
With
rideable giant dingles in your museum area? I feel like you need to disclose that. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. What is the one thing you wish people knew about being a podcast host?
I don't know if that's funny.
I don't know why it is either.
I don't either. For me, I think it would be that the type of podcast we do is super fun. Like, it's just, I think it's fun. I think a lot of people will tell you, like, it's a lot of work. And I'm not saying it's not a lot of work, because it's a lot of work. But, like, we have the best, I think we have a great time as a team. Like, when we meet and plan and work, like, I think we work hard and it's fun. And I think we have a good time. Like, the episode this week, y'all, we do a whole segment on the definitive ranking of chicken tenders. And we get into such a specific argument. And I still, like, I can look back and go, even though Knox was wrong, it was a good time while we were talking about it.
Yeah. Well, Aaron, what's your favorite chicken tender? Just off the dome. Do you
Fast
have
food.
one?
Fast food.
food?
Fast food.
You can. I'm not going to
Zax-
rein you in, Aaron.
Oh,
I'm not
okay,
going to do that
thank
to you.
Zaxby's.
Interesting. Interesting.
What
Bad
is
taste
yours?
seems to be contagious. Interesting. I would say my answer to this question is that it is a lot of hard work. I think it is a lot of hard work. No, I think what people don't realize is like the difference between and a really good show. And I'm not saying that's us. I'm just saying from what I've listened to is like it comes down to energy level. Like, do your hosts seem like they want to be there? If they don't, you're probably listening to some depressing NPR stuff, or like people just don't like it's just not an interesting listen to. I think the ones I like the most, people seem energetic and like happy to be there,
Yeah.
screaming at each other about chicken fingers. Like that's just where I want to live, you know?
I know, because I think about us like if I had to do an interview podcast, I would want to like quit and go work back at like Belk when I worked there.
Wow.
Like I
Okay.
would want to go do that. But I know other people have interview shows and they love them. And I actually like to listen to interview shows. But the idea that I would have to host one would make me very sad.
Why? What specifically about it?
I mean, you got to hope they're funny.
Mm.
And then they're not. And then you're like, oh, okay. I loved your book was great. Thanks. Can you imagine how bad I would be at that? Oh my God.
Okay. So Emily Nicolos. God, that's bad.
That was perfect.
Would y'all consider creating a catalog of pop culture references at the end of every year of the podcast? It would be like an e-booklet or reference guide that gives short explanations or definitions for items that are brought up in the show.
Because I think I saw her follow up, which was Gilmore Girls does this, right?
Yes.
And I remember that. I owned the first season of Gilmore Girls. Here is why we wouldn't do that, Emily. Or like, unlike Gilmore Girls, where maybe you have a depressing episode about April being Luke's daughter, and you're like, what is she doing here? This is the stupidest plot turn ever. But then they make an occasional pop culture reference in that episode. That is different than like we make pop culture references every 10 seconds in our show.
Mhm.
So it would be the largest ebook ever created.
But did you see where she offered to help with it?
I did see that.
I think she hasn't thought that through. Emily,
Well, I'm
I want you
interested in
to
taking advantage of that.
self-reflect, Emily, and think
No,
about how
don't
hard
say
that
yes
would be.
now and just take it on yourself.
Maybe now is the time to let them know that we do have a guide of sorts coming out.
We have a fantastic guide coming out.
I
And
think
guys,
it's
it's
this
not, now don't forget, you got to first pre-order the wanderingyearsbook.com. Go there. Get that.
Yeah, you do. Of course you do.
That's right. But then Aaron has worked so hard this summer we had this guide way back in the day. If you're an OG listener, we had a binge watch like you mean it guide. And
Honestly, I think that guide drove people to be like, hey, instead of selling us janky books, why don't you just open stuff and we'll give you money for stuff? Like you don't have to write these books because they make us sad.
that's right. It's actually what spawned the creation of Patreon because they're
Right.
like, let's make this easier. But we've gone in, she's gone in, we've updated it, we've expanded it, we've made it this really easy guide that now will update and it's free. So you will get it if you're an email subscriber. So you don't even have to like do anything special, but it's a guide where I think it's really funny. We give you lots of tips and tricks, but all the things that we would binge guide. Because one of the questions we get asked the most is, what should I binge watch? I like this, this, and this. What should I binge watch? And so this way you'll know. We have all of your genres covered.
Oh my gosh. Lacey Garner tonight is just killing it. She says, I have BWLYMI in my Evernote, and I most definitely reference it still.
Oh my gosh, Lacey.
You're in for a treat because it's going to get topical references updated. So good for
Good for you. Okay. Great. So Cindy Fisher just wants to note her love of a Survivor recap. So
Cindy, can I relate to you, Aaron, after you left last week during our planning? Jamie spent I threw out the idea of a Survivor recap. Jamie spent the next 3 hours PowerPoint debunking why that's a good idea. She was taking it down to cost per minute.
Then
She's like, "You've been making 8 pennies a minute. Is that good investment for you, Knox? Is that good for our business?"
She boxed me and she was like, listen to what he wants me to do.
Good.
Listen, can I tell you why I have to do that? Because you're a 5 on the Enneagram, and I know that you will only listen to my PowerPoints. You won't listen to me just saying, I feel like that's not a good idea. You're going to be like, why? Why is it not a good idea? So I
No,
have
that
to
was a
give you...
misread because an hour and a half in, I was like, what needs to happen first? Stop talking to me about this. I will opt in. Do I need to pay her? What do I got to do?
Then my plan worked nonetheless. So it doesn't matter.
But well, Cindy, I see you. We'll figure something out. I'll do one solo for like 30 seconds.
I think didn't Cindy in the notes say she wanted it instead of a Bachelor recap?
Strong. I love
think
it.
She says in place of The Bachelor as a like while we don't have The Bachelor.
Oh, I see. Okay, good. Or did she really mean don't ever do The Bachelor and Bachelorette again?
I could be wrong.
Maybe both.
Maybe she'll come at me and let me know. Okay, so next, Brianna Peppermint again. If you had to be on a reality TV show, which one would you choose?
I would say
Go
the
ahead.
challenge. I would like to do the challenge.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they're just not smart enough. I'm not super smart, but I just feel like a basic level of intelligence could get you really far in that show. I'd like to do Shark Tank, not as a presenting business, but just like Mystery Science Theater kind of situation, just commenting on stuff.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good. They
Yeah,
I'd
need
be really
that.
interested in that. Yeah.
I took the BuzzFeed quiz. I saw this question, so I went and took the BuzzFeed quiz. Which reality show should you be on? And I got Real World. I think that's because I answered all the questions in a way that indicated I would not mind living with strangers. So, but if I were really to do it, I would want to be on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I want to be not a Kardashian, but I want to be in that Kardashian crew where I'm a recurring character.
I don't know if you know what you're asking for. I think that world chew you up and spit you right back out.
Oh, I
don't know
think it
if
would, but
that's
I think I would enjoy the process.
I think Jamie owns that world. Like she becomes the CFO of Kardashian.
You know who gets scared?
Yeah.
Chris.
That's
Chris
right.
gets scarred.
So Jamie on Keeping Up with the Kardashians would be like Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar going through a black hole. Just
Yes.
loving it. Just loving it, my man.
Aaron, what reality show would you pick?
I would probably pick The Amazing Race.
Really?
Such a
would you
nerd
pick?
answer,
Who would you be-
Aaron.
who
That's
would
so
you go with?
nerdy.
Yeah, I don't like this thing where I got to work hard on my reality show. I'm not here for that. Who would be your partner? Would it be Ben?
Oh no, I don't. No, I don't think so. I don't know who my partner would be, but probably not Ben.
So not your husband.
We have very different travel personalities.
What if it was celebrity Amazing Race and you got with Zac Efron?
Oh my god, I just thought about Zac Efron.
Oh my gosh, Celebrity Amazing Race would be great. You know why I wouldn't? You know why I would turn it down if Aaron asked me? Because I would be like, Aaron's gonna lose whatever we need on this trip. She's going to leave it
Oh yeah, that's
in the last city we were in.
not
Oh,
great.
Aaron, were you going to ask Jamie? Did I miss that? Were you going to ask her? Was she on your short list?
I wasn't, but I like that she preemptively decided that we weren't going to be partners.
That's good.
Yeah.
Look, if I have selected the wrong deity to worship and I get sent to the hell in afterlife, it's the Amazing Race. That's where I go. Like,
Oh,
it's just
really?
an infinite loop of the Amazing Race.
Wow.
Strange places, strange lands, asking strangers for help. That's not my thing, man. Get out of here. Go. I just finish last every single time.
That's so good. Okay, Corey Crumry, Knox, can you give us a minute of your thoughts about this upcoming college football season? Any hot takes?
Oh, that's a great question. That's a great. I will. Okay, so just a couple predictions. I think Nick Saban will scream at a press conference no less than 3 times,
Mhm.
no more than 4 times. I think Kirby Smart. This is controversial, so buckle up.
Uh-oh.
Kirby Smart's going to get a big boy haircut one this season. I'm really excited for it, and I think Urban Meyer will
Uh-oh.
totally not overlook repeated domestic abuse on his coaching staff starting now, like starting right now. in
Starting
this
right this
moment.
second.
No more. He's done with that, you guys. He's sick of it. But I think watch out for West Virginia and Texas A&M to be a little better than you think, and watch out for Michigan be a little worse than you think.
There you go. There's
Mhm.
your hot take.
Jamie,
Corey.
do you have any?
Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
There you go. Okay.
Okay, Karen Graham, I'm looking for a TV series that my 8-year-old daughter and I could watch together. We would both enjoy something that's available on a streaming service. Any ideas? I actually have one.
Oh,
Okay,
thank you,
perfect.
because I had nothing.
My girls and I have been watching Making It on NBC with Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman.
Oh, really? Is that any good?
A delight. It's like Great British Bake Off except American and about crafts.
Oh.
And it is so great. I've loved it.
It's about crafts.
Yeah, like they have like craft challenges.
Because he's a woodworker. He's a woodworker.
Because Nick is a woodworker, he has his own wood shop, and then but it's like all these people on the internet, they do crafts now.
So it's like, but they're just doing crafts. It's like the cooking shows, but instead
Yeah,
of
but they're
delicious food,
timed. They're
it's like
timed.
Yeah,
it's like
it's like-
VBS stuff. They're
No,
making
not
like
VBS
salvation
stuff.
bracelets.
No, they're
No.
timed and they're timed and then it's very tense.
Like last night like last night, the episode we watched last night, they had to make like an outdoor seating and activity. So they had to make it in a theme, and it's very cute. And my girls love it. They think it's so much fun. It's great. And it's Nick and Amy, and they're precious.
That's what I was going to recommend, are shows that like have like baking shows. Like my nieces always love to watch baking shows, and they love Chopped, or like I was thinking like you can watch now. I think it's on Netflix. You can watch all of the Project Runway Junior.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love that show.
Nailed It is on Netflix.
Nailed It.
It's super
That's
fun.
right.
So we've done Shark Tank. We've done Iron Chef Junior, little kid stuff, whatever. They like that. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Look, they're 8. There's not going to be stuff that satisfies them that satisfies you, Karen. I don't know what to tell you.
Like the
Mad Men
like
Junior.
the podcast. Like the podcast. We're not for 8-year-olds.
Okay. Well, we know that now.
I'm assuming Aaron got a long vox from Jamie now about our bad review that we got. We're not suitable for 7-year-olds.
Okay, Kay, guess. I know the Podcast Media Group has a mailing address before, but now that Knox is a Beeham resident, will that address be changing? I figure people will be updating their Christmas letter address soon. Kay, what a helpful question.
Like, it's so good. Guys, if you are listening and you send out Christmas cards, please put us on that list. Like, genuinely. I love Christmas cards. So put us on that list. We'll put our should we just say it, or should we put our address in the thing?
Just say it, and we'll say it.
Okay, it's 120 19th Street North, Suite 232, Birmingham, Alabama 35203.
There you go. And I've saved all of our Christmas cards from last year. I've still got them, so we can.
Do you? Okay, I look forward to seeing those at this Christmas.
I thought that was a sweet, beautiful thing, and you just made it. You made it weird. You made it bad.
So great. Okay, Kay has one more question. I too have an unwavering love for the Barefoot Contessa, Jamie. If you could see her cook head to head against anyone, chef or celebrity, who would you pick?
I would pick Guy Fieri, because I want
Upset
her.
alert.
Like,
Mhm.
I want her to obliterate him both in word and in deed. Like, it would be so good.
What? Who'd you bet on if it was Barefoot Contessa versus Salt Bay? Who you got? How much of a head start would he need? Is the question. Like, let's handicap it for him.
Doesn't all he do is throw salt on stuff?
You don't know. That's the thing. Maybe he cooks it too. Maybe he cooks it too.
I think that's not enough time. Like, he would ruin hers with adding salt to. Look, I would also like to see Jada De Laurentiis, because I want her ruined and taken out.
Wow, what a vindictive person. I love
I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't like her hair. I don't like her dresses.
Seriously though, how many celebrity chefs would it take to, like, competent celebrity chefs to be able to take her down?
I think there are a few who could. No, I think there are already a few. Like, I think like Tyler Florence could probably take her on pretty aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
That's all
I shouldn't have asked that. I didn't really care to know the answer to that question, and I don't.
But I appreciate that you thought, like, look, I love the Barefoot Contessa. I won't even play. I love her so much. And Jeffrey, her love for Jeffrey is so pure.
So pure. Casey Ogburn, Knox, as a $7 a month supporter, I feel like I deserve to know your vocal tics since Jamie so graciously told us hers.
I don't know what you're asking for. Like, you don't want that. I'm doing it for your own good, because if you hear it, you'll never not hear it.
That's
It'll
true.
haunt you in your sleep.
Do you edit them out normally?
All the time. All the time. I'll have 4 in a row, and then I'll just cut 3 of them.
Didn't you say what one of them was in that episode, though? Didn't you say that, like, you say sure? Like, sure.
Jamie, what are you doing?
Oh, you edited that out.
I believed it, Jamie.
Oh, you bleeped it. Sorry.
I'm glad you listened to these. I'm glad you listened to my editing masterpieces after the fact.
I listen to them at 1.5 speed. It's very hard to keep up. And now I don't listen to them at all.
When VH1 does the documentary, this will be the moment of, like, they thought everything was great, and then it fell apart. So Jamie wrecked it.
I'm so sorry.
Casey, send your bad emails to her, because you're going to hear it now.
Casey also wants to know, what is your favorite coffee drink, and from where?
I think it's the China blend from our dear friend Nonfiction Coffee.
I actually do too.
I love that China coffee. My dad, they're about to come out. Guys, they're about to come out with K-Cups. And I gave some to my dad, and my dad came to me and he was like, hey, do you want me to give you those K-Cups back? And I was like, why? Did you not like them? He goes, man, I can dance with that coffee. I don't need that kind of fuel. So I love the China coffee. It's my favorite. I like a latte. That's my favorite.
You're not supposed to be done.
Oh no, Aaron has a child invading.
Child
Guys,
drama.
let's watch what happens.
Go.
If you're
Listen,
watching, let's
there
see
was a vicious showdown between me and my oldest about Fortnite. I was like, I need the internet. This is my job. And he's like, I'm in a match. I'm in a battle royale. I'm like, well, I win. Go by.
Guys, this is the hardest part of hosting a podcast, are the podcast children. Like, this is what it is, right?
So we're really doing like the thing where like no one's eating the cake? Like we're circling each other, like who's gonna
Well,
take
I just feel weird about eating the cake because later someone's going to listen to the audio of this
You're
and
the
they're going to
one.
be like, what were you doing?
Promised. You said someone's going to eat cake in a sexy manner, and I said that would not be me. So that's on y'all. So good luck.
I'm so sorry that I promised that and have not come through.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh no, we talked about it. It's
My
fine.
life is chaos.
It's
Okay.
fine. It's fine.
Rachel Tapp. I forgot what they said about their sponsors, like one of our incredible sponsors and what that means.
So it's a great question, Rachel. Incredible means this is actually good, you guys. So if you hear us doing an ad read and we say one of our incredible sponsors, that's like, heads up, we really actually like these people. If you don't hear it,
yeah. I'm not saying, like, if you were saying, you're not going to hear the word incredible around the letters R or X.
Oh, dang. Tough.
It's tough, y'all.
Okay. Jamie, I'm just really confused. Why do you hate redheads yet dye your hair red?
Well, technically, I don't dye my hair red. I technically like highlight it and then it turns red because I suggest that it is a reflection of my dead spirit inside. I know that sometimes people think I am not pro redhead. My best friend has orangey, fiery redhead. 2 of my godsons have red hair. Like, I'm not anti-red hair. I just think let's all acknowledge that they're dead inside and they're evil.
Then, on a personal level, you would like to imitate their look. So are you like trying to sin eat for their soullessness? Are you trying to stand in that gap for them?
No, I think I'm just trying to stand in that gap for them because I'm a pure heart brunette who like does have freckles. So I do look good as a redhead. So I'm just trying to, but listen, I'm dead inside too. I think that's why my hair turns red. When my hairdresser tries to just dye it brown, it turns red. I think that's because I'm also dead inside. I'm not saying that we're not dead inside together, but like I have yet to meet a ginger where I went, oh yeah, that one's different. No, they're all the same.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah.
Dead inside, you guys, dead inside.
That's great.
This is a great question. Natalie Scott, it seems like you are all invested in your community/churches. What recommendations do you have for someone who is currently searching for a new church home in a new city? I want to get invested and find my people, but I'm a type 5 and that can be intimidating.
Oh yeah, I understand that. Like, here's what I do. So go somewhere, network for like 8 years, try to find a very loud social personality type and cling on to them for dear life. And they will throw you off. They're like in Finding Nemo, they're like the turtles in the Atlantic stream or whatever. They're like Crush. You're Nemo's dad, and you're just trying to get to Australia. You're trying to get to whatever Wallaby Way, and that's how you do it, basically. 8 years, the minimum investment.
That's so good. But I think one of the key things is like, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Like if you are trying to find, whether it's through a church or whatever, I think it's going to things and not pressuring yourself to say, A, I have to come back, because you don't. And B, that you always have to, like, if it doesn't click, like move on and try another thing, whether it's going to yoga or going to a book club or, you know, joining one of those weird bike things where people bike around, whatever you love, you know, but
Tell us more about those.
But for church, for me, when I looked for a church, I literally treated it like I was on The Bachelor, and I like dated 11 churches, and I just slowly narrowed it down. I made an Excel spreadsheet of like things I liked and things I didn't, and then eventually Sexy Church got my final rose.
Associate pastors were like, why is this weirdo lady giving me a rose randomly? Like, I don't understand what's going on.
They loved it.
But I would advise you, because I totally understand where you're coming from. I would go to churches that you wouldn't naturally want to go to, like, because I think specifically as a 5, you have to do things you don't want to do. Like you have to embrace the things that naturally you don't, because that's the things you need the most. Because the worst thing you can do is go to a church that just makes you be like very solemn and individualistic, because it's gonna heighten the worst parts about your personality. And I know that from experience.
That's good. Audrey, our good friend Audrey, what are the met/unmet goals of the podcast for 2018, and what should we look forward to in 2019?
Well, we still have 2 live shows to go.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So we're praying that comes all together, which it looks like it will. So we're very excited. What are we hired Erin full time, so that's a Met goal. Not full time, but like we hired her we were literally just hiring her.
No, it's kind of genius. She's working full time, but she's not full time, right?
She's not getting paid full time benefits, so it's super easy. Like, guys, we did
using her in that capacity.
We did it. And then
should we talk about the thing that we're meeting about Wednesday?
Yes, we should. Yeah, this is
okay.
Oh, we are.
Oh no, we're not. We're not going to talk about it. Erin makes me nervous. Erin makes me nervous when she does things like that.
No, it's fine. No, y'all are. Listen.
I'll say it in Pig Latin so most people won't understand it. We might be writing an Ook Bay as a company in 2019.
Oh my gosh, so. you only did one word in Pig Latin.
That's Pig Latin, Jamie. Don't you understand? Are you fluent?
Think I speak Spanish when I order an enchilada at the restaurant. I don't think I'm speaking Spanish.
Interesting.
Okay, so that is a fun thing. That's a goal for 2019. We also, I think it wasn't a goal, but like hiring Randy, the new hand of the podcast.
I think Randy is listening. So,
oh my gosh, Randy with an I. We're so excited. I think it was not necessarily. It wasn't that the goal was to hire a person. It was we had these other goals, and she's the person that's making those things happen.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So we're excited about that. And then 2019, listen, we're all about trying to break Knox and go to lots of cities in 2019.
So a little inside baseball, classic negotiating tactic. They're like, here are the 58 dates for our live shows in 2019. And I was like, that feels like a big number. Don't you guys think? So they're trying to get me like to 50, I think. So I think we'll land at 2, hopefully.
I would say, 2 dates.
We'll see. Yeah. God willing.
God willing, and the creek don't rise. Okay. McKenna Madden, have either of you checked out Insatiable on Netflix, and do you find it as offensive as everyone else seems to?
Listen, according to Twitter, it is like 9/11 in a TV show.
I watched the pilot, and I just thought it was bad. I get that it was trying to be a dark comedy, but it felt like it wasn't sharp enough, like it wasn't smart enough to be a dark comedy. And I'll be honest, I think we're not in a season where we can handle it. Like maybe we will be in a couple of years, but I just don't think we're where we can handle it right now.
I feel bad for Debbie Ryan because my children enjoyed her on Hey Jesse, and also the spinoff of that, Bunked. She wasn't on that though. But yeah, it seems like a bad fit for her.
Yeah. But I don't think it was offensive, but I'm also probably not the person she was going to offend, you know? So.
Okay. Elizabeth Voss, happy birthday, Podcast Media Group. For Knox, I know from Anne Bogle how important pre-orders of a book can be for an author. If we wanted to pre-order The Wandering Years, is buying the Kindle version any less helpful than the physical book? Or are they all the same in the eyes of the publisher? Great question.
That's an amazing question. Thank you for asking. It is exactly the same. So Kindle version, whatever you like. So just like super quick, I don't know if Anne ever, I'm sure she explained it much more eloquently than I can, but basically like pre-orders, companies look at that, not like, okay, well, those people bought it. Now we'll have to like not think more people will buy it. The pre-orders are an indicator. It's a percentage indicator of like, well, if that many people pre-ordered it, then we got to do X amount of orders. So the more pre-order numbers you can get, the more impressive it is to like Amazon and big book resellers. And they will order that much more copies of your book, which is obviously important for me. So yes.
Great. Gabrielle Baggett, you guys did a road trip guide episode with your favorite snacks, but what about your flying favorites?
Ooh, that's a good question. You know why? Because I would never take my road trip snacks onto a plane.
Yeah, they're very offensive.
Because they're very offensive and they smell really bad, and that's only for the car. But I am a creature of habit. So for the plane, I get like a 17-liter bottle of water, because I'm just confident that I'm going to dehydrate and that I'll get wrinkled and old on that
Yeah.
1 hour flight to Atlanta. And
Right.
then I get chewy sweet tarts, like the biggest bag they have.
I go Pringles regular because same thing. I don't want to like be like the rat boy in the bag trying to get out the chips. I like the very clinical dispersing of the Pringle, you know. And then I'll do peanut butter M&Ms and just any kind of caffeine. Usually coffee.
Aaron, what do you do besides pies?
Oh, I don't know if I have like a go-to snack.
I feel like you though are a fan of like, let me have something with a fork. Let me get a pie.
I do like
Let
a
me.
fork. That's true. Okay, Susan Bingston, what episodes, deep dives, etc., would you recommend for a new dude listener? My husband may be my date for the Chicago show, and I'd like to have him a little familiar with the podcast before the live event.
Oh, that's so fun, bringing your husband. I love that.
I would say there's just not like explicitly dude centric episodes. I'd say any of the no's are good. Like that's
Yeah.
pretty uniformly applicable to anybody,
The
right?
Urban
Yeah.
Dictionaries too would be good.
Oh, that's a good call.
Urban Dictionaries are good. I also like, my favorite episode from recent is the conspiracy theories episode. I really enjoyed that. Although I do not believe Stevie Wonder is blind.
Mm. Oh, did
Or-
somebody come at you about that? Jen? Crazy.
So many people. That's fine.
Okay, Natalie Scott, 2 movie questions. Have you seen Crazy Rich Asians yet?
Yes.
Okay, and do you plan to see A Simple Favor?
I think if I'm not going to tell you what, like, I don't want to tell your business, but if you're going to see the movie, you need to have like a bungee cord on you and like an extra parachute and just be ready to pull that thing real quick. Because when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time, it's not real good for either of those chicks.
You know what I don't love is Anna Kendrick pretending to be a mom who's just like everybody else. I'm just like a mom like you. And let's
Just
tell her-
scrap a little nobody. I just want to make movies.
I can't.
Brush your hair, you know?
Yeah.
Rosie Booth. Rosie.
Rosie.
Sweet Rosie. Given all you've done in the first 5 years, what are your goals and expectations on where you'll be in the next 5 years?
I want to hear you guys answer this because whenever I ask this, you guys get really weird. So let's enjoy this live.
Well, I do, Rosie. I do not believe in 5-year plans.
Good.
I believe
Smart.
biblically that we are taught that the word of God is a lamp unto our feet,
Right,
not our
yeah.
football field. So I'm not going to get caught up in 5-year plans anymore because I always was in 5-year plans and then I was super depressed all the time.
Okay.
So I don't do that anymore. But I am supportive when other people want to make long-term plans sometimes. I've been supportive. Well, you broke me.
So angry.
Y'all have broken me. It's fine.
Aaron, what about your 5-year plan?
Oh, I'm just happy to be here.
God, you guys are so awkward with this stuff. I'm like, let's talk for about 3 hours. I've got an extended cut. In year 5, I'll be writing fiction and it'll be fine. And there'll be a movie and it's great.
Here's Knox's 5-year whiteboard.
Listen, web show, Twitter beefs. We just break down internet fights. Number 1. Number 2, book imprint. We're just cranking out books like you don't even understand.
Oh.
Number 3, the Bible binge, like Drunk History, but for a Bible study. And Lifeway just drives a Brinks truck to our podcast meeting. Number 5, this is crazy.
Oh.
Interviews. Boom. Celebrity interviews. Jamie, Gwyneth Paltrow. Boom. We're doing it.
I would hate that. I hope God comes back and takes me before all.
We're
that
like, Gwyneth
happens.
Paltrow, Goop is so successful. Did you ever really think about how much it sounded like poop? I'll wait for your response. Like, go ahead and just start.
That's true.
Okay. What, Katie Jocko, what episode topic has made you want to quit the show or caused your biggest fight?
I don't think there have been. Well, I don't think there have been any topics. I do know that. I think the thing where we fought and where I legitimately got mad, not really at Knox, but what he was saying to me was when we talked about Brie Larson once, and he tried to explain to me that she wasn't talented,
Right. Yeah.
and I got very upset about that.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes
Very
reality
angry.
is tough to handle. I get that.
Shut up! You're so stupid. She's so talented.
There's nothing. I don't think there's ever been a fight or maybe want to quit the show. I think maybe adjacent to that thought, being a guy primarily female audience, primarily female-ish content. That's been tricky, but it's never made me want to quit it. It's just made me like, does this feel weird for anybody? Like, is this awkward for anybody that I'm a dude and we're talking about this? Like, when we're breaking down
See,
chicken
and I'm
fingers and
worried
Brie
about
Larson.
that sometimes, that you're talking like about The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, but then I remember that you wrote 5,000 word recaps of it long before we met.
Don't you do that. Don't you recap.
I'm just saying, like, that's on you. That's not on me.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Okay. Katrina. There it is. Question for all of you regarding your childhood birthdays. Any memorable activities, themes, or traditions to share?
Well, Jamie and my oldest son were born on the same day, so that's memorable.
I know, it's so sweet. I never had birthday parties growing up because my parents were like, that's stupid. Why would we do that? And so,
Strong.
so I was always secretly so jealous because I would get invited to other people's sleepovers and to their skating parties. And it was always so sad because I never got to have, and I have a perfect birthday for having events because it's in November and it's like, it's cool. Like, it's a weekend. You can, like, it's not like during Christmas break or summer break. It's like, it's perfect. And I never had birthday parties. It was very sad.
Oh,
See,
God.
I had birthday parties, but it was always like, it's December 21st. So it was always like, it's just so close to Christmas. Like, we just don't want to go to your party. Or most of the time, especially now, it's like, well, it is your birthday, but everyone's got the flu. So,
Oh,
it's
Wow.
tough,
Aaron?
I've had great birthdays.
Well,
rub
how
it in.
great for you.
Rub it in, you
We're
big
so happy for
Tell
your
us more about your
Texas,
great birthdays.
your
Would you go to, like,
Texas
Aruba or something?
lifestyle. Like,
You have them at McDonald's? Did like Ronald
Golly.
McDonald come to your birthday?
Oh gosh, I wish McDonald's was. Listen, I was in Girl Scouts and I quit Girl Scouts because I hated it. And then the next week they went to McDonald's and I was so pissed about it.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Wow.
That does not. What were they doing? Were they getting their like saturated fats badge?
They were getting that Big Mac badge. Okay. Rather Be Dancing one. I love that y'all take the time to post your green lights on your site.
Yay.
I use it as a resource on the regular. I was wondering, what are y'all's top 3 books of all time?
The Bible.
Oh god, get out of here! Go
God.
away.
Sorry.
5-minute probation, Aaron. You go. Let me hear yours.
East of Eden, The Magicians, and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Ooh, Goblet of Fire.
I love
Why Goblet of Fire?
I don't know. I just really like it. I don't know.
I like that. I like it because it's like that's when it felt like stuff got real.
Yeah,
got
maybe
real.
that's it. Yeah, I love the whole concept of the tournament,
Mhm.
and yeah, I liked it.
The Magicians. That's what Now You See Me is based on, right? The Jesse Eisenberg movies.
No.
Yeah, no,
Not
nailed it. Jamie, what are yours?
Stop it.
Mine are
See, this
my
could be what interviews are like, but that's Gwyneth Paltrow, right? And we're just making it really uncomfortable.
my favorite book of all time is Persuasion by Jane Austen. Then I love
Yeah.
Stop it. I'm gonna
Wake
pick
up, Doc. Wake up.
my 2 favorite from our green lights. The other 2 are from my green lights. Station 11 and Dark Matter.
God, Station 11 is so good. I love Station 11.
I'm fascinated by someone who has one book, or one of her favorite books was written in the 1800s,
Yeah.
and the other 2 were written like last year.
Yeah.
When did she write? When did J.K. Rowling didn't live in the 1700s? What's wrong with you?
No, I'm talking about you.
No.
Yeah.
Well, when was East of Eden written? Like a long time ago?
Wow, this is
20th century.
going.
It's
Go
John
ahead.
My
Steinbeck,
bad.
isn't it?
Listen, I'm complex, if nothing else.
No, yes.
No,
you're-
listen, I don't know if Kendra Adachi is listening, but Kendra, I saw you on the Flavortown post. I saw you say you didn't like Station 11. You didn't think it was that good. I'm holding on to that. Don't think I'm not. I'm just going to gloss over
Listen,
that.
you know what I've learned about
That's
Kendra Adachi? Kendra Adachi, who is going to be our guest at the Charlotte show on October 20th. Go to knoxandjamie.com/live to get your tickets. But the funny thing about her is she told me recently how many books of ours she doesn't like because of the endings. Like Sunburn, The Nest, Before the Fall. And I went, well,
Okay, these are all the books I've recommended, I feel like, Kendra.
No,
Like,
I recommended Before the Fall, and we joint recommended Sunburn.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But she was like, I guess I have an ending problem. And I'm like,
I don't really care about, like,
yeah, I'm
you
not
gotta
bothered by
screw up
weird
the
endings.
ending. Yeah.
What
My
is
3
what are
books. Will You Please Be Quiet, Please, Raymond Carver. These are the most influential. Will You Please Be Quiet, Strokes, Cocoa Puff, Chuck Klosterman. This feels really cliche and it makes me mad, but Blue Like Jazz, Don Miller, probably.
That's so good.
Wow.
It's a good book. Feels cliche. I'm a white guy, Christian. Feels very cliche. I'm dealing with it. So appreciate your thoughts and prayers.
Tracy Healy, Song of the Summer 2018.
Nice for what? Next.
It is not nice for what?
It
It's
is
in my feelings.
next.
No, it's not. It's in my feelings. How
That's
could
fall. Like
how
that's
could
now. Like
possibly-
that just happened. Get out of here.
It's-
Go.
it's August 20th? What season do you think it is?
Have you done In My Feelings Challenge?
Did
Then
I
you
do it
can't
2
say it.
months ago?
I
Did
think
I
you
do it
can't
2
say it.
months ago when it started? Hello, it's been out for we've been doing In My Feelings since before the album came out.
You done the challenge?
No, I'm just saying everybody's done the challenge. Like,
Get out of here.
listen,
Get outta here.
you know what I love though? I would say that that's the song of the summer, but my personal song of the summer, and I do not feel good about it, is how much I like Girls Like You. I like that song so much. I don't feel good about it. Maroon 5 brings me such joy, and I hate it. I'm a cliche.
That's your Hurt Locker.
Yeah.
Okay, we have technically like 10 minutes left.
Okay.
Do we want to blaze through? Do we want to go over a little bit?
I think because we did go over a little bit because we info dumped a little bit.
We had to do intros. So yeah.
Okay, Mary Beth Wortham. Do y'all remember your first email address?
Mine was jgold15@emory.edu.
You had your first email address in college?
I know,
Yeah.
isn't that crazy?
I'm older than y'all. Don't rub it
Oh,
in.
that's true. That's true. That's true. You got the polio vaccine and got your email. I remember you telling me that story. That's good. It was a big time for you.
Okay, what was y'all's email address?
I don't remember. It was AOL.com. That's all I remember.
Mine was.
That's how Ashley and I got like together. AOL.
Oh, is that right?
AOL, the messenger chat, son. That's where we sowed the seeds of that courtship.
Did y'all do IRC? Internet Relay Chat?
Oh, I don't know. We weren't smart enough for that. I don't know what that is.
It was
Are you a
super,
hacker,
super
Aaron?
shady.
You a
No, it
hacker?
was
Is that how you?
Super shady.
Whoa, interesting.
What was yours, Aaron?
Mine was tomato_farmer_11
Why was it that?
No idea.
You don't even know why you picked it?
I don't remember.
Is anybody
No,
in
I
your
think there
family
is
a
a
tomato
story.
farmer?
We're just not getting the story.
No, I have no recollection of why I would choose.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
Okay. Oh, no. Jamie, tell us where you get your celebrity autopsy photos.
Autopsyfiles.org, you guys. It's super easy.
Okay. Have you been Jennifer Parrish? Have you guys been watching Paradise?
No, absolutely
No.
not.
No.
Absolutely not. I
You
happened
guys-
upon it and I threw the remote through my TV. I was like, I'm not.
Remember,
doing it.
guys, when we watch Bachelor, we don't just watch Bachelor. We consume every bit of content available on the web about The Bachelor that's not spoiler related.
Mhm.
So we need a mental health break just to be able to produce content for you on Wednesdays.
That's right.
Okay. How do we feel about Jennifer Garner's upcoming film and HBO series?
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous.
I don't feel good about it.
I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about that I've not heard. I've heard about A Simple Favor for 17 months. I have not heard anybody talking about Peppermint movie, and it comes out in 2 weeks.
Wait, is this the are we talking about that or the HBO show? What are we talking
We're talking about both Peppermint and camping.
Yeah. Now, camping, I feel better about. I liked the trailer. I love David Tennant.
David
I feel
Tennant
better
is
about that.
perfect.
He is. So I feel better about it. But
Because Lena Dunham, Jennifer Connor, or Jen Connor, whatever, Jenny Connor, they're girls, right? They did
Yeah.
girls. I do know.
it's really sketchy.
They are girls.
I know. Sorry.
They did
You
girls.
guys-
They are
you
girls.
get it. You get it. I don't love this supporting cast. Also, is it bad that they split up as partners after the show, after they did this first season? Doesn't seem great,
Yeah. I think Lena Dunham, though, is once her and Jack broke up, I think it's been a tough season for her.
I agree. Time to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Audrey wants to know favorite and/or go-to cocktail.
Mine is a whiskey sour, now ordered always with Woodford Reserve. Thank you so much, Audrey.
Yeah, 'cause
Ooh.
mine's a whiskey and ginger for that same exact reason.
Mine is whatever their specialty whiskey cocktail is. The
Oh,
rest
yeah. Look at us. We all have we look at what we have in common.
We really
problem.
like whiskey.
Really like whiskey.
Audrey, I did yell at my husband the other night because he finished off my Woodford bottle, and I was really mad at him. And I almost
That's
left him,
bold.
but I didn't.
That's bold, Ben. That's bold.
Well, he thinks he can share everything with me. I don't understand it. Okay. We talked. Stephanie Walton wants to know if we've seen the new show Making It.
Yeah,
I have.
You have?
Everybody
I'm gonna
else
watch
here
it.
is not as excited about Craft.
No, I'm going to
as I
watch it.
am.
No, I want to watch it because I love
It's like
the Great
high
British
energy
Bake
VBS crafts, and everyone loves it, and it's really great. So like, definitely do that. Add it to your DVR.
Okay, and Savannah wants to know: does Jamie actually use Suave shampoo?
Off. I do use Suave shampoo. I don't use Suave conditioner normally because I have like high end hair that needs like a cap that creates steam, and then you wear for 10 minutes. Like, I have a lot of needs, but yeah, I do the almond and shea butter. I love it.
Okay, now we're going to move very quickly to the YouTube chat. So I'm going to do my very best to see all of these.
Okay.
Michelle wants to know, will you ever come to the Northeast?
Yes.
Yes, in the 5-year plan, it's in there.
Great.
That's right.
Go back to Rosie's question about 5-year plans. Okay. Do you like how Knox just reached in his desk to freshen his drink, Mad Men style?
Yes. Love it. Also, very good question.
Josh Bowron. Why does Jamie have such a garbage opinion of Flannery O'Connor? Great question, Josh.
Great question, Josh.
I gotta delete that highlight from Instagram so we don't talk about this anymore.
Sarah Clark says, can we get a Bible Binge Bible guide? Who's who pictorial guide of some kind? Wow, what a fascinating idea.
What?
Question.
That's a great idea. I know. Maybe we can do it this next season when we don't have as many pictures to have to do every week.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Everybody is very here for the bow tie, Knox. You should know that.
Aww.
Self-taught. Sound effect was mine. That was me. Wasn't real.
Jamie, how do you choose the adjective at the beginning of every episode? How do you make sure you've never repeated one?
Knox chooses the adjective at every episode, and I discover it as soon as we start recording.
That's right. And she always is like, nose the ball. Not happy with it.
I just don't think newsable is a word. That's all I'm saying.
Chrissy Franklin wants to know, what is the status of Jamie's New Year's resolution to read Harry Potter?
Okay, so
what an interesting question, Christy.
I did go to the Great Hall at Oxford, so I do feel like that counts as some sort of progress.
No, not really.
I did buy both Knox and Aaron Harry Potter souvenirs, which feels like me being supportive of their addiction. So I just can't, you guys. It's too much to read. I can't do it. It's too hard. There's too many characters. So many people. There's so many people.
I'll keep that in mind when you've told me what's the hostage torture movie you watch like 15 times a week.
Zero Dark Theater.
I'll keep that in mind when you're like, hey, watch it for the 50th time this month.
Listen, there are a bunch of people on this right now who've watched The Office 17 times through and don't ever watch any of our green lights. They understand. They can't judge me. This is my situation.
Stacy, yes, I am drinking milk, and so is Jamie. We are both drinking.
We are both drinking milk.
Okay. Let's see. We've talked about Bachelor in Paradise. If you guys were going to go get another degree, what would it be for?
Ooh, that's a real good question.
School?
It would be filmmaking, something around film, probably.
I would get a degree in business, so that I could be like, I got a degree in business.
Because that's the biggest use for that. Hello, I'm the person who has a degree in business. I got the business degree.
That's exactly right. That would be the only reason I would do it.
Hello, sharks. I have a degree in business. That's my pitch.
Would like to give you.
Would you like to fund me? That'd be perfect.
Jamie, is Chris Pine your number one favorite man of all time?
Big question.
That's a really good question. Maybe not of all time, but I couldn't tell you who it is. So right now, yes.
You know what mine is, Aaron? It's Jesus. It's Jesus H.
Don't Jesus juke this question. This is about Chris Pine. Look, I saw that trailer for The Outlaw on Netflix. I'm here for him on that boat with Aaron Taylor Thomas and whatever his name is.
Is Jonathan's brother's there? Oh my gosh, Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
So good.
Okay. Everybody's trying to figure out what the R and X ad is. So that's good. It's not
Work
hard,
as a team,
guys.
y'all. Work as a team.
They did it. They finally figured
Oh,
it
okay,
out.
good. Okay, good.
Okay, here's everybody. We have a lot of 6s who listen to us.
Oh, Enneagram 6s are so loyal and delightful.
Lots of 9s.
9s are great.
Yeah. JV loves 9s.
No, you know what? I love 9s because they bring peace to a situation. I just really wish they would choose a restaurant we could go to. Like, that's all I'm asking. I would like them to just make a decision.
Oh, Knox, just a little, you're going to love me doing this, but there are a couple of comments in here about your conversation about, is it weird that I'm a dude? And there is never awkward. Knox, you're restoring my faith in men. There are so few non-a-holes left in entertainment. So.
That's so
You're
nice.
an official non-a-hole.
You should put that on your business card.
Yeah.
I will now. I'm doing it as we speak. Vista card,
perfect.
Vista print, whatever, right now. Thank you.
I got my glasses at Warby Parker. I always get my glasses at Warby Parker. Yes. Calico Daisy Handmade is talking about asking if I listen to Binge Mode. Yes, I love Binge Mode with all of my heart and soul. I'm obsessed with Mallory Rubin and Jason Concepcion.
I love both of them too. We've had this conversation.
I know.
In the meetings. There's too much heat. That's more about me than them. But I look Game of Thrones Binge Mode. So good.
Well,
So
and
good.
I'm here for the Harry Potter stuff. Like I love people being earnest and caring deeply about things, and that's the definition of that podcast.
Listen, that's a 2019 goal. Game of Thrones, some kind of recap situation.
Oh yeah,
from us.
yeah. Okay, I think we're getting to the end here. Let's see. That may be it. I don't know. There's not any more. That's it.
Oh, yay!
We did it.
We did it.
We made
made
it. You guys, we were so glad you came tonight and hung out with us live. It is no small thing to be live because some of you are in different time zones. I mean, it's hard enough for us to get here on time and having to deal with different time zones. So we're so excited that you came. Don't forget to post your pictures of your cake no matter when, and we will choose somebody who tags us. Make sure you tag us. If you have a private account, we can't see it. So we only can see the ones that are tagged or that we can see. And we'll give away a few Amazon gift cards later this week.
That's right, for sure.
Knox, send us off with a good Cardi B.
Oh, grrr. got a good roll in that one. Got a good one. Might be one this week.
Congratulations.
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh,
see.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see you next month, September.
Jamie, I sent him off. I did the Cardi B. It's done.
No, listen,
Over.
I just want to make sure that if you're coming, we want to see you in Chicago. If you're coming to Chicago, we cannot wait to see you. Hopefully
Now
you're coming.
Now you have to do the Cardi B. You have to do it. It's
Oh,
past due.
Oh, that's
Very
sloppy.
aggressive.
I know. I'm sorry. It's so hard for me. I have too many teeth. I can't do it.
They didn't all fall out. All right. Thanks, everyone. We will
Bye,
see you
guys.
next time.
Thank you guys. See ya.
Bye-bye.